Hey y'all, what's going on? Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. I hope y'all just watched this episode so we can talk about it together. Honey, I don't even know what to call this. It got interesting, but quiet as kept. It looked like to me it only got interesting. I won't say only. It got real interesting at the end. I really feel like they could have started filming at the end and went from there. Because that's where it got good at. But we gonna talk about it. We are definitely going to talk about it. But before I do that, y'all please hit the like button for me. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Y'all know I appreciate that good old like button. If you listening and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It don't cost you a dime. If your subscribe button is red, it means you're not subscribed. Sometimes you be thinking you subscribe to a channel because you watch it, but maybe you not. So make sure your subscribe button is not red. If it's red, hit it. Hit it. But anyway, let me greet you guys. Let me greet everybody. Y'all know I don't like to just start running my big mouth. Um, Let me greet everybody, and then we're gonna talk about this show, right? Okay. Hey G darling, how are you? Learning to love myself. How you doing? Delicia, what's going on, girl? I'm happy to see you. Auntie Eva, hey there. All right, sis. Lala Chanel, hey, how are you? Debbie Garcia, hey, girl, you ready for the recap? Are you ready for the review? Because we got to get into it. Silver Diamond, what's up? How are you? Deborah Randall, hey, girl. Oh, it's Michael. Say ready for the in New Jersey recap. I know that's right. We gotta dig into it, honey. It got interesting tonight. It really got interesting, and I'm excited to talk about it. Hey, Shanika C. Sharon Fona, how are you? Dana Cutler, Miss Steelers Nation herself. Hey, lady. How are you? How are you? We got the beautiful Chanel D Queen in the house. G Darling is up in here. Hey girl. DS, what's happening? Uh-oh, my Christian Key is here. Hey love. We got Kenya 330. All right, all right. Who else is in here? Real quick, real quick. My sister Spiller is here. Queen of Hearts KS, how are you? Always a pleasure. Let me make sure I didn't miss nobody before I start running my mouth. Dr. Ivy girl, how are you? All right. Toffee Mocha, hey there. D Marie, hey sis. Angie, all the way from the 305 Miami, Florida. My sister Marilyn is in the house. Hey girl. All right, all right. DV, hey. How you doing? Cool, cool, cool. Glennis, hey. How are you? All right, you say you so ready for the recap. No, I'm not reviewing candy. I don't do candy. I'm gonna let everybody else have candy. I don't want no parts of that. Hey, Kimber. uh-uh. I can't if to review it, Debbie, for real, I gotta watch it, and I'm not watching nothing of hers. I'm just not. I really feel like her and Kenya Moore were the downfall of RHOA. And real talk, that was one of my favorite shows ever. So I wasn't real happy about the prospect of watching you prosper after you tore up a whole doggone show. No, 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 no. No way, no how. But we're gonna talk about this show, y'all. Please remember to hit the like button, thumbs up, everybody. Also, real quick, hey Jackie. Also, real quick, um, I need somebody to tell me what is that. Okay, all right. I had made a mistake. I was so confused, y'all. I was about to ask y'all how to do something on my phone. That's how pitiful I am. I didn't know what to do. Hey Dora, but what I will say is this real quick. Hey, Cheryl, before we get into too much, y'all send up some prayers for my mom. I got a call earlier that she was taken over to McLeod Hospital, McLeod Medical Center in Florence, South Carolina this evening. We do not have an update on her condition, but all of you who know how to pray, please pray for my mom and for my family. Um, Also, We don't have an update yet. When I get an update, I'll make sure that I kind of update everybody else. But what we're going to do tonight is we're going to talk about this good TV show. We're going to have us some laughs, and we going to have a good time for my mama, for Emily, okay? I sure appreciate it, y'all. Hey, happy to be happy. Girl, where you been? All right. I sure appreciate you guys. So let's get into this show. I need to laugh. I need to have a good time. Hey, Don D. Hey, Miss Sparkle. All right, all right. How you doing? Crystal. Hey, Crystal. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Spiller. Thank you, all of y'all, man. For real. So let's get into this show. You know, we gotta have some laughs on Mama tonight. We gotta do it for her. We need lots of positive energy right along with those prayers. So we're gonna have us a good time, okay? Dig. So we get into this show, y'all, and it literally turned into part 2 of the pink party, because y'all know that's where it went off last week. So we get into part 2 of the pink party, and you know, we went off with Teresa walking away crying, throwing a fit. Basically because Tracy, which is Melissa's friend, told her the truth. You need to have your brother's back. And the truth of the matter is she do. Because her brother got her back. And anytime anything's going on with her, she's sending text messages, everything she can to tell them and remind them, hey, y'all better have my back. Y'all better have my back. Okay, cool. So if that be the case, girl, why is it every time it's time for your brother's turn and it's time for you to have his back, you just can't seem to do it? Hey, Sin City from NOLA. I'm so glad you made it. Nah, you ain't late, girl. We just getting going. So listen, um, that happened, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I like. And see, this is one of them situations where the woman is terrible, but the guy not so much. I told y'all I like Louis. I told y'all I really do like Louis. My only issue with Louis is his eyebrows. Other than the eyebrows, Louis is a winner to me. I don't care what nobody say. Louis all right with me, for real. Now, it did look a little strange seeing him overly tan, and his skin was pretty much like almost the same shade of pink as his shirt. But, you know, other than that little stuff like that, man, Louis is cool people. Because Louis sat there and told Teresa the doggone truth. He was like, look, you need to listen when people telling you stuff and take it in. I say, you better go ahead, Louis. Hell, at this point, I want her to stay with Louis. I do. What y'all think about Louis? Do y'all like Louis? Because I likes Louis. Michael said Tracy was right, but she had no right to be in their business. That's true, too, to a degree. She hardly knows Tree and the family for this long with their drama. Please fall back. But see, Michael, you got to remember. Now, according to them, her and Melissa and them been friends for about 8 years. So she's aware of the drama. She's aware of the drama. I think she was trying to be like a peacemaker and trying to like be reasonable and rational. And on that note, Michael, I think you're right. She don't know Teresa well enough because she would have known ain't nothing reasonable or rational about Teresa. Well, she was trying to like, you know, speak some common sense into that moment. And I understood it, but let me see what y'all say. Dana, you like Louis? Louis all right with me. I'm all right with Louis. Auntie even say I don't want Louis and his sons to move in with them girls. Right. Now that kind of make me a little uncomfortable. You go back and forth with Louis. I like old Louis. Deborah, you like Louis so far? Louis is all right with me. I'm for real. I'm gonna have to wait and see what else he do. You know, I don't want to jump to no conclusions because every time I like somebody too quick, they turn around and show me why I ain't supposed to like them. Okay. You ain't watch it yet. You completing your midterm. Okay, good. Well, at least by the time you watch it, you kind of got an idea what to look out for. Catherine Bennett says, hey, y'all. Louis is sketchy to me. All that sweating. He hiding something. Are you sure he ain't sweating because they done turned his skin into leather? My bad. Louis, you all right, dog. I mean, you know, sorry about your skin. Teresa would have welcomed her if she was on her side. Exactly. If she had been telling Melissa she was wrong, Teresa wouldn't have said a thing. She'd have been fine letting that girl talk. Hey, not your twins, mama. You ain't watch. I keep forgetting y'all like there in California. You say because he gonna turn into a werewolf like her and her daughters. You think if he stay in the house with Teresa, he gonna become a werewolf? You silly. Hey, Queen Mermaid. Okay, my sisters are all here. Mike say, I like Louis, but I'm keeping my head high after listening to the rumors. Sounds like Joe Judice 2.0 to me. That's what they saying. But I'm going to tell you something. I just don't know. I don't know if I believe the rumors. I make 59 look good. Hey, girl, you say you don't like Louis? Man, Louis all right. I think so. You say Louis need a towel with his sweaty self. Okay, Teresa's always full of hypocrisy. Exactly. Auntie Eva, you still side-eyeing Louis. I like old Louis for now. For now. Just for now. And I'm going to tell you, because like the rumors, just because people start stuff about you, for one, you got to always track back to, in my opinion, backtrack it to where it started. And what I mean by that is, if I say, let's just say, let me just highlight somebody. If I say Nacho Twins mama stepped on my foot, that's not a rumor. That's Seanitra said Nacho Twins mama stepped on her foot. To me, when it becomes a rumor and it becomes they say, the minute it goes from person A said this about person B and it turns into they say he beat people, they say he put drawers on his head, they say, you know, he made spaghetti out of shoelaces. The minute it becomes they say, I don't believe it no more. I need proof. The minute it becomes they say, because I don't care what's going on, there's an actual real live tangible person. So if they can't tell me what the name is, I'm like, nah, I'm good until I get proof. But it could be true. He could just be a real sensible psychopath. You never know. Spiller say, I don't know Louis. Girl, according to Teresa daughter, she don't know Louis. Dr. Ivy girl say, not sure if I like Louis yet, but he can get Teresa together. I'm all for it. Right. That's what I'm saying. I like the fact that he tells her the truth. And he'll like, you know, buck up at her, but not in no ugly way. He just be like, I'm going to remove myself from the situation if you don't know how to act. D. Marie said, I heard about him a year ago in an article from his ex, but she's an ex. So exactly. Mike say, take a shot. You hear every cast member talk about the rumors. They all can dig on Louis' rumors, but Jen couldn't dig Evan's rumors. Double standards at its finest. Right. But this, I'm going to say this though, Mike. The only difference with that is that they not digging for Louis' stuff. Louis' stuff keep coming out. They not digging. The problem with Jen was Pinocchio went calling around to people asking for stuff. Then she went to Frank Catania asking for dirt, and then turned around and lied on Frank and claimed Frank came and told her something. Right, Nacho Twins mama, run me them receipts. If I can't get no receipts, I'm not good with they. I don't do they. I got 3.8 million reasons why I don't do they. Catherine say that part, Seanitra. Anybody who says Melissa is wrong, old nutty Jennifer is Teresa's friend. Right. Anybody. Yeah, they is dead to me. I don't do they. Y'all keep that they business, honey. Auntie Eva says, I need time to get to know Louis, several years. Teresa does too. It's been 1 year. She buying houses with the man and moving in and all. I'm like, girl, I guess she said ain't no time like the present and she ain't getting no younger. Lala say every time somebody says they said, my question always is who is they? And the second question is why should I care? Right. Hey, Obi. Right. Exactly. The rumor was already out there on Louis. Evans wasn't. And she went digging for it and still couldn't find it. And hey, Elite Hair Collection. Hey, sis, I love you. Thank you so much. But what's crazy with the whole situation is that they still try to lie and pretend like she didn't really do what she did. You really did do that, ma'am. And I feel like that's some extra type stuff. You calling around on the next woman husband when you know who's in your house. Okay. Not my business. Not my business at all. I couldn't see me digging up dirt on somebody else's husband, but you know, I digress. So anyway, so then she's out there. Louis telling her, "Look, you need to chill out. Just take it in when people talking to you." Joe went out there to talk to his sister. Now I'm gonna be honest. I thought when Joe went out there, it was gonna get explosive. It was about to be dramatic. But Joey was real calm and cool and was just like, sometimes I just want a sister. You do what you want to do, make your own decisions. Teresa tried to pull the martyr crap. Like, well, if you don't want me to talk to her, I won't talk to her. But you could tell the look in her face was, please don't say that because I'm going to keep talking to her. And I told y'all, hey, E. Davis, I told y'all my theory on that. Now, this is not a rumor. This is just a theory. Me trying to put 2 and 2 together and not come up with 5. I believe that Teresa is going to keep talking to that girl because if she doesn't, Jennifer's going to be triggered, get mad, and tell that half the stuff she's been doing has been at Teresa's behest. Now, that's what I think. I think Teresa does not want to be outed as the puppet master, but I believe Teresa is Pinocchio's puppet master. Obi says, I like Louis up until the lie he told. The explanation of the video makes me side out. But we don't know he was lying. We don't know what went on at that weird camp. I just feel like it was some clear people's weird therapy. Because he clearly wasn't talking to no woman because wasn't no woman there. He was up there crying and screaming and begging. And we don't know what the begging was supposed to symbolize. That's what I'm saying. So until we know the nature of what they were doing, the context, we don't really have a rational choice other than to accept what this person says. If we can't accept what they said, then it kind of makes us look like we're not rational. I don't know. I just, he said that's what it was. I'm with him until I know something different. Lala says Jennifer is a bootleg Columbo. Girl, did you say a bootleg Columbo? I am done with you. You are crazy. Oh, Spiller, thank you so much for the Cash App, and I got you on Dana. I know what to do. Okay. Lala says Jennifer is a bootleg Columbo. If she would have spent more time focusing on her own household, maybe, just maybe, her marriage would be stronger. I agree with that now. I'm a firm believer in that. If you taking care of your house, you don't have time to worry about nobody else's. Hey, CC Miller, how are you, beautiful? Okay. Teresa been feeding that horse. Oh my. The horse? I'm done. I'm dead. Just bury me. Michael Morris says, all I'm going to say is Teresa, Melissa, and Joe never had each other's backs for years on the show. That is so true, Michael. They need to get off it with this loyalty topic. Never loyal since the christening and years of drama. Now, I'm going to tell you what I think is going on, in my opinion. I feel like Joey and Melissa are leaning on Teresa the way she been leaning on them, being unfair and just like, nope, have my back regardless. And I think that's what they're doing. And I'm with you. It ain't no loyalty there. I think Joe loved his sister, but I think by the time we met Joe, or he, with him coming on the show, I think he was already so fed up with Teresa's husband that all we saw was the animosity. D. Marie say that's why Teresa wouldn't turn on Danielle. Right. Because she didn't want Danielle to tell that she was being the puppet master. Right. You see what I'm saying, Deborah? I think that's exactly what's going on with Pinocchio. I think Teresa decided she didn't want to be flipping tables, calling people prostitution whores, which was so redundant and tacky. And so now she uses a front man. And I think she don't want to fall out with her front man, because if she falls out with the front man, she's going to be the front man. Teresa says Tree worked overtime at Evan's birthday to make that rumor happen. Like rent was due yesterday and Jen's still working on that thing. Girl, leave them people alone. Leave them people and your face alone. You so crazy. Right. I think they decided if you can't beat them, join them. That's what it looked like to me, Obi and Mike. I think that they decided they was going to do to her what she does to them. I'm not going to really have your back. I'm not close to you. But if I'm into it with anybody, I'm going to bring up the word loyalty like we playing Uno, honey. That's what I think. But I could be wrong. But I will say this, if that is really what's happening, then the reality is Teresa did this herself. Teresa did this to herself, because if she hadn't been constantly, oh, y'all not loyal to me, y'all not having my back, then they wouldn't have been able to flip it. Yeah, I'm not really mad at Joe and Melissa either. I'm not mad at them, because the truth of the matter is, me personally, I would have never played with Teresa at all. I'd have told her flat out, no, ma'am, because you ain't never had my back. Don't come running up on me talking about no loyalty. Hello, good night. At all. DV, that's how they do it. You know how when you play Uno, you get to the last card, you got to say Uno. That's how they treat loyalty. It's like, I'm into it with somebody. Oh, that's your friend, loyalty. And it's like, once they invoke the word loyalty, then you got to take my side over your so-called friend, honey. That's just how it is. So anyway, they went through the whole thing and had the conversation. Then when they get back, they basically rejoin the party. Now, this is where Tracy got on my nerves. Y'all, please tell me in the chat if I'm tripping. This is where Tracy irked my last good nerve, because then she wanted to talk to Teresa and talk about it and talk about the whole thing. Again, it's like, what exactly are you even talking about? You up here in this girl face again, talking about, well, I was just trying to do this and I was just trying to do that. If you was going to say anything to Teresa once she pulled the fake crocodile tears, the only thing that you needed to do was say, okay, look, I was trying to be rational. I was hoping I could get y'all to kind of, calm down and see, where each other was coming from. But it looks like I upset you. I overstepped my bounds. My bad, girl. That's all she had to say. The fact that Tracy jumped back in and you still trying to be Mother Teresa, girl, you're exhausted. She is really exhausting. I can tell she means well, and she's on her whole do-gooder crusade. But on the real, I'm just like, girl, kill it, please. It's enough. We've had enough. Okay? So they went through that. Marge is sitting there. Listen, y'all, Marge is full of it. Y'all, what y'all call her? Large Marge? What'd you say? Tiki said, save that bag. Oh, you think Tiki put her up to be, trying to be Mother Teresa. Okay. I think, you know what, y'all? Y'all know one of my favorite things to do over here on the porch is to give people a nickname. Oh, yes. On this show, so far, we've got the Fish Rilla. We've got the Hammerhead Shark. We've got Pinocchio. And I believe, Debbie, that Tracy is going to be Reverend Mother. Tracy is the Reverend Mother. So apparently the Reverend Mother, according to Tracy, is trying to save that bag. Hey, Rochelle. Yeah, she don't want to be on Teresa's bad side. Not at all. But, she's a Reverend Mother, so she might start slinging blessed oil and holy water and chaplets and God knows whatever else. She might have Bibles up her skirt or anything, honey. You just don't know. Obi says Tracy was a waste of cast this season. She was so unneeded and now becoming really annoying. Now that I totally agree on. That is the Reverend Mother. That's the Reverend Mother. D. Marie says Fish Rilla and Reverend Mother. Yes. Yes. No, the Hammerhead Shark is Teresa because her eyes are on the sides of her head. I've never seen another person like her whose eyes appear to be embedded in their temples. But the Fish Rilla, that's Dolores. Because she looks like something between a gorilla and a fish. So I just gave her Fish Rilla. It works for her. Don't y'all think? But anyway, so she was like telling Large Marge was sitting there telling Teresa, like, what's wrong with Louis? Louis looks like he was upset. Teresa is still entertaining Marge. I don't know why she is. Marge appears to be absolutely obsessed with Teresa, Louis, the video, and everything. It's ridiculous. I've had enough for her with this. Stop harassing these people. Let it go. You're not that concerned about Teresa. You know better. But anyway, they went through that nonsense. And then they cut away See, production is a mess. They show everybody taking pictures in front of the picture wall, having a good time. It's pink splashed everywhere. It's exciting. And then they cut away to Jennifer's sad little family night. Hey, Miss Gigi. Honey, cut over to the saddest family night you ever seen. The kids in the pool talking about they doing a handstand split. Bill looking annoyed like he want to be where the guys at having a drink. Jennifer is sitting there. Her polar baby is like, well, where's Teresa and Louis? Now, first off, can I press pause? Where they do that at? Where you got little kids calling grown people by their first names? Why is this happening? Why was it not Miss Teresa or Auntie Teresa? Why was it not Miss? Yeah, she don't want everybody in her business. With her employee / husband. Never. Dana says need to give Tiki a nickname too. We need to call him Shark Teeth because he looked like he could eat my whole. Oh my God, sis. Lala said Tracy better learn to mind her business instead of inserting herself in issues. When you knew, you should observe, not participate. Well, your sister say she trying to secure the bag. Yeah, I can't stand large Marge Natoski. I'm with you, girl. I'm with you when you're right. Why does Melissa bring people like Jackie and Tracy on the show despite Teresa? She seems to always bring people to hate Teresa, not to mention she dropped Kathy, Caroline, and Jack after they left. Well, did she drop them or were they only friendly on the show? I don't think they knew her before the show. That's why Teresa had a fit, because when the girl came on the show, Teresa didn't want Caroline and them to be friendly with the girl. But like Caroline said, she ain't seen nothing wrong with the girl. And I still don't. The only fault I really got for Melissa is that she bores me to tears. I don't know why she decided to just bore us all. I didn't do nothing to her. Okay, I did nothing to her. That's the only fault I can find with Melissa. She is so painfully, dreadfully boring. Nacho Twins mama says, see, now I don't play that. Jennifer needs to be raising them children right. Just say it. Yeah. Sitting up there, and where's Teresa and Louis? Who the hell is Teresa and Louis? You little whippersnapper. Lala say large Marge irks my spirit. She does. She's very irksome. Very irksome. So, after the saddest family night, she's still talking about the fact that Bill ain't jumping in to help her or to even try to mediate, cool off, or nothing. And I'm sorry, y'all, but is it me or do she need to drop it? I did nothing to Melissa. I don't know why she feels the need to bore us so painfully. She's so boring, like a spike in the side of your head. Just so boring. Even her voice is boring. Oh my God. Every time she talks, I fight to stay awake. Natasha said, I still call my friends' moms Mr. and moms Mrs. And we're all in our 30s. Yeah, that's just rude. Dana said, you so crazy, girl. I knew what you were saying, but I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, she is super annoying. I get what you're saying, Mike, but she didn't talk to him before the show. They didn't have a relationship outside of the show. They were her co-workers. They weren't her besties. So once somebody don't work at the job no more, do you still call them to be like, girl, let's go to the bar? Or do you move on with your life? Say, make like Elsa and let it go. Let it go, Jennifer. Jennifer definitely needs to let it go. But listen. Y'all know I get sidetracked reading y'all's comments because y'all be really saying some stuff and I don't want to miss it. So anyway, she's still having a fit. He didn't get involved. Then the guys are all sitting up, talking about the fact that Bill didn't get involved. Melissa and them over there laughing at the fact that the girl husband just left her standing out there looking silly and hanging. And then Joe thought that Bill should have stepped in or reined her in and been like, hey, calm down, don't do that or whatever, which a lot of men would have. But y'all see, Bill is not interested in nothing Jennifer got going on. He's just not. Now, Frank said that none of the guys let the women's stuff get in between them. And so I guess they were looking at Bill like, you gonna sit up here and not hang with us for her? Like, our wives have fought and we still cool. But I think they're not realizing Bill was hanging with y'all because Jennifer's on that show. Bill ain't really down with y'all like that. DB, what you say? So Marge's storyline is being in everyone else's business this season. Basically. And here you go. And another word to match it. Basic. Natasha said Melissa's basic as hell. Girl, she's so basic. She's as basic as oatmeal, no butter, no sugar. She's as basic as white rice with no gravy. This girl is as basic as eggs with no salt and pepper. It's just bland. Her whole life is seasoned with ice cubes. Bland. That is my only fault with this girl. If she could stop boring me to death, I promise you I'll try to like her. E. Davis say Jennifer just want name brand clothes and purses. She need to be teaching her children some manners. Right. Mm-hmm. So, of course, Joanna would say something like, oh, you talking about Joe. He's involved in every situation with the women. Bill has a job to protect and can't mess around with the nonsense or he would lose his career. That's a very good point, Michael. I'm with you when you're right, baby. So anyway, they went and had their shots. Marge is sitting, then they get to the next scene, which is Marge sitting up there with her mama, with Marge Sr. Now, this is another case, in my opinion, of Candace and Miss Dorothy. Let me just say, I like her mama. I don't like her. I like Marge Sr., but I don't like Margaret. I could do without her. Obi says large Marge spilled her own tea on the show, and no one else would knowing how bad her tea would have come across. But fish lip Marge still thinks it's okay to open her trout mouth on others' business. That's true. That's true. And you're absolutely right. It's actually true on all accounts. She did put her business out there. Most people wouldn't have done that. And, now she's staying in everybody's business. Yes, Auntie Eva, she is basic. Hey, God's anointed daughter, how are you? Rochelle says, Jennifer, kids don't even clean up after themselves. You know them kids ain't going to clean up after themselves. At all. No way, no how. It's never going to happen. Oh, Egypt now is in the chat. Hey, boo. Okay, but yeah, she's not going to teach those children to be useful to themselves, pick up after themselves, any of that. She has no interest in that. But get this. So she up there telling her mama what's going on with Teresa. She's still going on and on about this goddamn video. I have never seen nobody so obsessed with a video that is not of your man. What are you doing? Go that way. Listen, I'm starting to really question, like, am I crazy or is she crazy? Why are you obsessed with these people and their lives and what they're doing? It's none of your business, Large Marge. It just ain't. Okay? But anyway, yeah, Obi called that girl fish lip Natasha. Yeah, you seen it. You seen it. That's what he said. Okay? So she's telling about that, obsessing over the video. Now, one thing that did bother me was her sitting up there calling her mama Bitchy and scary. And, after asking her mama, is she dating? And it's like, as old as your mama is, if she don't want to date, girl, she don't have to. Large Marge, not Large Marge, but Marge Sr. is old enough to do whatever the devil she wants to do. And she don't need nobody permission. That right there is a big girl, honey. At her big age, she can do what she wants. Marge is obsessed with everybody's business. Hey, Pink Dynamite. Yes, absolutely she is. Always. But anyway, they went through that whole thing. And then, of course, the producers helping out with her going after this man who really ain't did nothing to nobody. Let's be real. Louis just got on the show. Now, at this point, I feel like I need to cut for Louis. Louis just got on the show. Why are y'all harassing Louis? Why is y'all bothering with Louis? Louis just got here. Okay? But neither here nor there. And production brings it up. Some got a lawsuit. He got a Playboy pass. They trying to say he hit his ex. And I'm just like, at this point, I don't know whether any of it's true. It's like one rumor, okay. When the rumors start piling up and they're all so wild, I'm just like, this could be a smear campaign from anybody. Okay, perfect example. I had a man that ran around literally almost door to door. First, he said I was a madam and I was selling my friends to men for money. Then he said that I was selling pharmaceuticals illegally. Then he said I was the police and I was turning in people for selling pharmaceuticals. Then he told somebody else I was a voodoo queen. The only thing he didn't tell people was that I was an alien from, Alpha Centauri. So when the lies start coming and the more wild and ridiculous they get, it's like you learn to just take it with a grain of salt, or at least I do. I take a lot with a grain of salt because it ain't hard to get lied on. That's all I'm going to say. And then they showed Teresa and her daughter talking. That was a real good one. And I mean a real good one. Right, Michael. I agree with that. Totally agree with you. And so they start talking, having dating talk, which was kind of cringeworthy. I don't know why they put that on TV. Or maybe that's just me. I don't want to be too puritanical, but I know I can be. I know I'm old fashioned. She went to talking about the 1 year anniversary with Louis and what their plans might be. Her daughter says, you ain't ready to be engaged to him, right? You know what I'm saying? And she basically said that she feel like her mama moving too fast. And I agree. But now this is the part where she pulled a Robin Dixon now. She did. Teresa pulled a Robin Dixon, but she always does. Why on earth would you be sitting down with your child talking to your daughter about an argument or a bone of contention between you and Large Marge? Y'all are two grown people. That child don't need to know all that. I don't know. I feel like they allow their children to act too grown and they treat those kids too grown. Then you move to Dolores and her parents. Like all this stuff, everything in here, the party was interesting and all this stuff is just filler stuff. This is just my opinion. But Dolores tell her mom and them she broke up with the man. Her mama's like, Dolores, why? I don't like this. Like literally everybody's singing this man praises. Nobody even really sympathized with her until she made them sympathize with her. Not her mama, her daddy, her kids, nor her ex-husband. Then we find out that and she starts talking about how her marriage was when she was with Frank and the yelling and basically how toxic it was. And she got out of there. She said it basically her kids was better for it. And then she was explaining to her mom and them, I've been with this dude 5 years and it ain't going nowhere. All he want to do is work. He ain't got the time. He's spinning his wheels. Eventually, her mama kind of saw her side. But if you ask me, I feel like her daddy never really did see her side of that. So that was a little interesting and slightly uncomfortable to watch. Then when you get to Joe and Teresa, not Joe and Teresa, Joe and Melissa, they showing the house that they're renovating, 6-bedroom house. The house is huge. It looks nice. The yard's big, everything. So I'm pretty sure once Joe and them finish with it, it's gonna look great. Then of course you got to get a shot of Melissa's door behind asking a dumb question. I'm just like, oh my God. I'm listening, y'all. I'm 1 second from calling her Patrick Star. I'm 1 second from calling Melissa Patrick Star. 1 second. That's all I'm saying. Then they get to Jen's house and they getting ready for somebody to come by and do private kickboxing lessons. Dolores is coming over and she says, oh, I'm not big on working out, girl. We know. And then she says it's going to be some diet changes and they're going to do it together, blah, 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 blah. Then she says her mama extended her trip in Turkey. So your mama still ain't coming back after that stunt you pulled trying to embarrass her on national TV last season. I don't blame her mama. Okay? And then she says that she went ahead and told her oldest child about the daddy's affair. Now y'all got to get me together on this one. Let me see a 1 in the chat if you think that was appropriate, and let me see a 2 in the chat if you say it's a hell no. I'm gonna tell y'all what I think while y'all put y'all 1s or 2s in the chat. I feel like, girl, you are so irresponsible and ridiculous to sit down with your child to discuss your husband's infidelities. Why is that? That man ain't cheated on them kids. He cheated on you. See, she's one of those emotional manipulators, in my opinion. That's to make the man feel extra guilty. Like, oh, see, you didn't just hurt me, you hurt the children. It should be enough that he hurt you. And if the fact that he hurt you don't stop him or make him adjust or alter his behavior in any way, then baby, he just don't love you. He don't love you. And maybe you need to come to terms with that. But why are you lumping the children into your mess? Pink Dynamite, you the only one think she was okay talking about this on national television. I mean, you could say that, but as a mother, you can also tell your children they're not watching that either. See, that's what happens when you mother. When you mother your kid, you can control that. You can take TVs. You can put parental controls. They got V-chips. Your child shouldn't be watching Bravo anyway. Let's be honest. Queen Mermaid say Jill was dropping dimes on Joe when Teresa was in jail. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Natasha say, don't do Patrick Star like that. See, I thought she could easily be Patrick Star because sometimes when she's standing there and her mouth is hanging open, I swear I can see a little bit of drool at the side of her mouth. I can't prove it, but I think so. Pink Dynamite say that, but the kids in school would know. I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't see a lot of little kids watching Housewives in New Jersey. That's all I'm saying. Miss Gigi say it's a hell never. Kids don't need to know what go on in the bedroom. They sure don't. And even if they hear a rumor, let your child come ask you about it. Why would you sit up there? I don't know. I just thought that was really out there. Obi says it's not the children's business one bit. Also, those children are just too young to be hearing that. It's on TV. You can always tell them another story to cover it up in the meantime. Totally agree, bro. Totally agree. I just think that was real. That was typical Pinocchio. You know, she'll do anything for attention too. You know, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Ask Jen. That's all I'm gonna say. So then she goes on to say that her mother would blame Marge. Her mom is gonna be furious at Marge. My mom is gonna want me to get revenge. Now, I don't know if I believe that. Y'all believe that her mama would want her to get revenge? I feel like she's a vengeful, vindictive heifer all on her own. And I don't think it got a goddamn thing to do with her mama. I don't. Hey, Plum. Hey, DM Rocks. So I feel like Tracy doing too much. Honey, the Reverend Mother is absolutely doing too much. Michael says it's bad enough that the kids found out on TikTok. Better late than never. Besides, she only told her 14-year-old daughter at the time and let the 8-year-old out of the room when she discussed it. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that stuff. I don't do that. Like adult conversations with kids, that's way too Robin Dixon for me. But I found it interesting that she really feels like her concern is let's make this about Marge. Let's make this about Margaret calling it out. I'm not understanding why we got to make this about Marge calling it out instead of the fact that your husband cheated. Marge didn't make him cheat. Marge just aired you out because you wouldn't quit calling her a hoe when you sleep in the bed with a hoe at night when he will come to bed with you. That's all. That's all. So they, show him working out. Dolores actually working out. Jen standing around watching her work out. It was interesting. So they had their little relationship talk, and she's sitting up there talking about, what Dolores is talking about, her and David's situation, short convo. And now what I did find interested on that was she said that, he been hanging around Frank and all this other stuff. So literally this man is around everybody but you, Fishrilla. Why is this man avoiding you? That's all. Why is he avoiding you? But I feel like whatever his reason is, I will be I will be completely real. I feel like she was right to break up with him 5 years, and that's how you treat me, whatever his reason is. Don't no woman deserve that. Don't take no crap off no man. I'm sorry. If he starts treating you like that, you better move around before you get that Sherry Shepherd or that Star Jones, because you might get it. So then she, Jen starts claiming, Pinocchio starts claiming that, oh, I get in defense mode, when things get hectic or whatever. And she thought her and Melissa was gonna be able to get in a better place, but Melissa wasn't having none of it. Girl, you sat up there, called her husband a crook, cost these people some money, and you've done a lot. They don't want to be your friend no more. Hey, Jackie Powers. Okay. So this is the thing. I like that Dolores kind of got her talking in front of that camera. Because I could clearly see she blamed Marge instead of blaming her husband. She mad at Bill because she still talking about that party and the fact that he didn't step in and he wasn't there for her. And basically saying, like, I feel basically, the way I took it was her saying she felt betrayed. That's the only way I could take it. Because she said, oh, he betrayed me before and now he's doing it again. No, ma'am, what he did to you before was the horizontal polka. What he did before was the hokey pokey. What he did before was, to tighten up. What he did before was the feet to the ceiling reenactment. That's what he did before. This time, all he did was sit quietly and mind his business. Okay? That's all I'm saying. The man just minded his business. But she's still hanging on. And says she feels betrayed. Dolores asked her, like, girl, are you still upset about him cheating? Is that still, bothering with you? And she's like, basically she tried to sweep it under the rug. If I'm going to forgive him, I'm move on. I ain't going to mention it no more. Forgiveness is not just you take your trauma and stow it. Sometimes forgiveness is, I need to be able to talk to you and address what you did, how you offended me and how you hurt me. Then I can forgive you. I think that's what she needed to do. But Miss Thing swept it under the rug because she's so scared that man going to put her out, close his wallet, and take them kids from her. I think that's what she worried about. And she know if he throw her away, he'll have another woman in her spot raising her kids and nothing will happen. Okay? But anyway, then she's like, maybe she's not. And I feel like Dolores, kudos to her for having that question, for asking that question. And she told her flat out, maybe you're not over it. And, it was crazy to watch Pinocchio say she feels numb. You're not numb, girl. You a ball of rage. You are a rage monster. Okay? Michael says she's still hurting from the affair long after Marge brought it out on TV. A topic about infidelity will never leave a person's mind, and it will be traumatic for the victim and the family. Right. Very true. Oh, you better say that over. She needed to deal with the affair, even the hurt from the affair, even after forgiving them. That's what I'm saying. She got to be able to address it. So anyway, then Dolores get a call. Her mama got to have a triple bypass. I hope that old lady's okay. Then the guys start getting ready for the guys' night. This is where the show got interesting for me. Everything else is just like, okay, it happened. I'm going to mention it. This is the part that was interesting to me. So the guys start showing up. Marge's employee, that Joe, and Frank and them, and Joe shows up. Everybody's there. They having a good time. We didn't get a chance to see Louis get there yet. It would have been cool if we could have saw that, but that ain't what happened at all. But they start having the drinks and having a good time and making jokes. And then Tiki, this is why I believe that our good sis was right. Because the mess with Louis, why did Tiki even bring that up? What was your motive? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it just that you don't have nothing to say in this setting, in this group of men? So you felt like acting like a sassy auntie was the way to go. Did y'all see the newest allegations? Oh my God, he did everything but snap his fingers and roll his neck. And I was not feeling it. And of course, Marge's employee jumped right in to tell him, oh, they're accusing him of smacking this lady in front of her kids. And it's killing me with the they. Give me a name, sir. Give me a name. And so Joe is like, look, I don't know what to believe. And Marge's husband slash employee is telling him, oh, aren't you worried about Teresa? It's like him and Marge have made up in their minds they're on a campaign. He's supposed to get the men to not like Louis, and she's supposed to get the women to just pressure Teresa into leaving her man. And I don't know. It bugs me. It's something about it. I feel like we're gonna see something else come out. Hey, court documents. Uh-huh. So, they having a good time and everything and drinking, and then Bill shows up. Well, actually, before Bill shows up, right before, they discussed the FU text that Joe Gorga sent this man in the group text for the guys. I honestly thought that was funny. I'm just like, something's wrong with this little bitty fella. Something's really wrong with him. He's hyper physically and mentally. So they discussed that, and they was like, oh, I can't believe you did that, blah, 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 blah. And so right as they're talking about it, here come Bill. Oh, yeah. Bill came in, ordered ice water. He said he ain't drinking around them jokers. Bill tried making excuses and saying that it was just, it was between Jen and Melissa, and like, oh, we should just stay out of it. But at the same time, if Joe feel a way about her putting his name in her mouth, then at that point, it wasn't just between the women. By your wife's behavior, she made it to include everybody, all the men, women, cats, dogs, giraffes, everybody. So Joe told him basically Jen went too far. And I agree. Bill tried to say, well, it's different and blah, blah, blah. And, Jen never dug up anything on anybody. And then they corrected that real quick, like, yes, she did, which is true. It was just like, to me, now this was a gang up. The mess that be going on with Jen, that don't be no gang up. That's just her shooting at 20 people and they shoot back all at the same time. One thing about Bill, he may be strange looking. His face may look like, molded rubber or latex. But I feel like he could have handled that situation better. I think he did as good as he could have done, as good as he thought he could have done. But I feel like Bill could have handled that a lot better. I feel like Bill could have definitely handled it a lot better. It was the line, like, don't lie and try to cover it. Just say, yeah, she did that. This was a gang up. They all came at him. Bill really wasn't shooting at nobody. That's the thing. Bill wasn't shooting at nobody. They just all came at him guns blazing. You say he worked on his face a little too much. Yes, and now he looks like he's worried all the time. Period. But Evan is the one that really really dug into him when he tried to say that Jen never dug. Because Evan was like, yeah, she did. And I understand why Evan felt that way, because he the one she was digging on. So what I'm seeing, now I agree with that. That man make his money with his hands. He'd be a fool to get in a fist fight. But what I'm seeing is it's kind of difficult for the men not to have a lot of an opinion on this one, because the way Jennifer's been playing, Jennifer is literally roping them in by digging into their dirt, calling them out of their names, that type of stuff. So I don't know. I feel Bill where Bill is coming from, and to be honest, I sympathize with Bill to a certain degree. Do not throw rocks at me, but I feel like, Bill, you just got to do better, honey. The fact that your wife is offending not just women, your wife is now offending men and women. You can kind of be sure that the men are not gonna like your wife. So Evan's sitting there talking to him, and he's like, "Look, she's just not a good person. She did this, and this was too far." Bill was not ready to say to them out in the open, "I don't really agree," or, or "I do agree, and yes, she did go too far." But he's not ready to do that. So basically, it's like when you're not ready to be accountable, everything feels like an attack. Y'all know what I'm saying? And I think that's where Bill is at. He's not ready to be accountable for any of her crap. He's not ready to do any of that. And I feel like I understand where he's coming from. But when Evan said basically she just ain't a good person, Bill left. Bill got up, him and his eyebrows got up and just walked out. Not mad at all, but that's what happened. Obi said at this point, can we officially call Joe a housewife? It's official now. He's been baptized to the clan. Let's give him a tagline for the season. I don't know, but Joe sure be helping Melissa stay on there because the most interesting thing about Melissa is Joe. But I'm not going to drag her tonight because this ain't her night. Now I'm going to tell you something. Joe is a mess, though. Bill left and was like, good riddance, I'm out of here. Joe talking about, but why you leaving though? Joe, stop. What the hell you mean why you leaving? See, this is, Joe is funny to me. That's a funny little fellow. That is a funny little fellow to me. But I'm going to go ahead and set this link in the chat real quick. If y'all got any opinions, anything I missed that you want to point out, I will be happy to hear about it. But let me grab a few more of y'all's comments before I burn off. Michael says, it's a no-win situation with the husbands and the trio. There's an alliance against Jen. Is there really an alliance against Jen, or did Jen go around making enemies trying to be friends with Teresa? Now, come on, we ain't gonna go that far. Bill should have just stayed home after Joanna's alarming text. These women are messy, not just Jen. Yes, they're absolutely messy. And Jen supplies a target and lots of cannon fodder because she can't stop being messy. And her mess is always just one step too far. D. Marie says, I like Joe. I think because Teresa's Joe was was terrible to her. Okay, because they both had the same name. Makes sense. Spiller, you say you really got to start watching this show again, girl. It's getting good. Natasha says, I can picture him with his hand on his hip doing the sassy swivel with the rest of the ladies. He might. Pink Dynamite, you say there is an alliance. Is that an alliance? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe the alliance formed because she's been so nasty to everybody. So maybe they had a meeting and said, hey, if Pinocchio has ever wronged you, join our group. And there you go. The rest was history. Lala say Bill needs to have a heart-to-heart with Jennifer because at this point, she's a liability and causing him undue stress. But this is the problem. This is the problem, right? To have a heart-to-heart, you got to have your heart toward that person. I don't think he cares enough to sit down and have a heart-to-heart with her. Do y'all? Because I'm not so sure. He don't even look at her like he likes her. You said we need more Frank. Frank is funny. Frank is real funny. But listen, I ain't staying on here all night. Y'all know I was on here at like 3 something this morning. Then I came back on with our update, and then I'm on again. So y'all know I'm finna get up off of here. I'm about to try to put this ice pack on my back so I can feel better. Hopefully the nausea will pass. And for everybody who hit the like button, I thank you so much. If you haven't hit it yet, it's not too late. Reach over there and tap that bad boy. Please and thank you. I really, truly appreciate all of you who prayed for my mom or sent up prayers, good thoughts. good intentions, all that stuff. I want to thank you. And we will talk again tomorrow. I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And we will have another chat about what's going on in the news and social media and all that good stuff again tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. Get some rest. Don't be late for work in the morning and tell your boss I'm the reason, because I didn't do it. I didn't. But y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and we will talk again tomorrow. Bye, y'all.